Hi, you lovely people. Welcome to the channel. It appears that we have what it seems like another case of, let's say, false allegations. If you know, Jonathan Mayer was accused by his ex-girlfriend of abuse, right? So they went to court, and now there are images leaking out of the sad incident, which they seem to give a different perspective on the whole case here, including an audio sample, which is in a way great. We're going to listen to this in a moment because it gives you an insight on the dynamic, the vibe, and everything. Like a little bit like we had with Johnny Depp and Amber H, even though there was way more footage, way more audio available. But anyway, so here is the first thing, the video that has released TMZ and also the Daily Mail, I think. So this is basically a mayor trying to push back into the car the girlfriend, and is unsuccessful. And then, since he's unsuccessful here, seems like he's breaking off of her and running away. So that's a very bizarre thing to do. Literally, she's running after him, and the guy is literally like, I'm out of here. Bye-bye. Also displaying the athleticism he has, probably still from his roles in the movies. And she's going after him. So, actually, I don't like this video because there was another one. We'll see if we can find it, where you see that he's actually trying to sit her back into the car, and he's unsuccessful. He's not successful in doing so. Let's see if this is the one that here we go. This is the car stopping, and I think most likely the guy just wants to go out. The guy just wants to leave. I've read also that the driver that he rented for the day here, the driver of this car supposedly testified that actually thinks she hit him. And so this gives the impression that the guy is trying to break off of her and somehow also defend himself in the process, like, hey, stay away from me. So in that respect, you see here, like, he literally lifts her off and sit her in the car, and he's like, okay, pushing her back in. It's like, hey, stay here, I'm leaving. So this is probably the contentious part where it seems like that he's using force unjustified. But if you see the rest of the clip here, it feels like the guy is trying to use some force to get her off of him, and she refuses. So literally the guy afterwards is running from her. Like it's like literally look at the guy. Just the guy says like bye. Which in a way reminds me also of like Johnny Depp. Literally every time we heard the audio of running away from AH when she would attack him, right? So if anything, to me, this part doesn't look like the part of somebody that it's a serial abuser and is trying to hurt the other person. It seems like somebody that is fed up and is like, okay, I had enough of this. Stay here, I'm gone, right? So perhaps whether or not you want to justify some restraining force, that's up to you. I think there is a place for that. I think if the guy is fed up and there is more to the story, he can definitely, for his own sake and safety, try to get free of her or restraining her, right? And this doesn't give me the sense that he's dangerous, right? Literally, the woman is chasing after him like crazy. There is an entire video also where you see that she's been... Look at that. She's literally like running in front of cars. The guy is like, I'm gone. Wow, this is crazy, man. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of memes about this as well. So if you... Probably most of you know Jonathan Mayer is a very good actor. He's a star in many Marvel movies as Kang the Conqueror, I think. Also in Loki. So pretty nice actor. And so she's right there, like, no, this with people. and she's doing the Karen thing. Man, I don't know. Okay, I have to say, it's not 100%, like it's not, let's say, absolutely enough to understand what really happened here, right? But this whole dynamic to me already stinks. And she's already like, oh, now playing the victim and trying to gather attention. And of course, men, people around to see a blonde woman on the street alone, that she's lamenting that something is, no good. Of course, she's gonna get in a civilized place, she's gonna get some attention and some support, some help, which it's good that happens, right? But to me, this whole thing stinks of manipulation. I would love to see more, but we're gonna jump to the audio in a second. I think I've seen this clip where he passes by and he acknowledges, here we go, right there. He acknowledges the group, and he's still like, she's like, she wants to confront him. Look at that. She wants to confront him, and she's pushes, the woman is sort of trying to hold her somehow, right? Because she thinks, oh, he's the bad guy, stay here, don't get involved. And literally, look at the language of the body, right? The girlfriend literally, she's pushing away the other woman. So like, hey, let go, I gotta confront this guy, right? Look at that. Look, she goes like, leave me alone, leave. And she's trying to confront him, like, and to me, this body language, I'm not an expert in body language, whatever, but to me, this body language tells me that he's not dangerous. You can argue with me, fine. I'm not a perfectionist, but the sense that I get here, he's not dangerous because she wouldn't do that, right? She doesn't seem frightened. So there is more to the story here, and the guy is like, leave me alone. I don't want to deal with you. And she goes like, oh my God. So this definitely stinks. And he goes like, stay there. I don't want to deal with you, right? And she keeps going after him. Man, this guy seems like quite patient. So, all right. Then we have the audio part here where I give you a little bit of context. There was a crew from Loki, the series, which was at his house, apparently. And the girlfriend showed up drunk. And he got upset about that. So let's listen to the audio.
Doing right now. Period. This is actually, period. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Do you really though, baby? Do you really?
Yes.
Then how dare you come home drunk and disturb the peace of our house when we have a plan? I would like to get to the point where your friends know what job I'm on and go, I think Grace is gonna be out of commission. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I won't.
No. Do you understand that? Because that team, that unit, right? Grace has to be in a certain mindset to support Coretta Scott King. You know who that is? That's Martin Luther King's wife. Michelle Obama, Barack Obama's wife.
I know, I'm not, I shouldn't have gone out, I'm
No,
sorry.
let me just lay it out for you, right? If I'm just gonna say this, my temper, my shit, my trauma, blah, all that said, right? And I'm gonna say, I'm a great man. A great man. I am doing great things, not just for me, but for my culture and for the world. That is actually the position I'm in. That's real. I'm not being a dick about it. I didn't ask for it. I've worked, and that's the situation. The woman that supports me, that I support, that needs to be a great woman and make sacrifices the way that man is making for her and for them ultimately. Last night, 2 nights ago, you did not do that. You did not do that.
I'm sorry.
Which took away from the plan. And the plan is everything. If it was just you in the house drunk, maybe I could have swallowed it. Or I would have felt bold enough like, oh, babe, let's just go to bed. Which I said, I'm just going to go to bed. I'm not hungry, blah, 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 blah. Because Grace isn't here. Why? She was drunk. Why else? She was clogged by whatever was going on. You know what I mean? Fine, I can take that. Fine.
All right, okay. Here there are different ways you can see these, of course. Depends also on a larger context, right? So, okay, the guy displays a little bit of egocentrism, right? But then at the same time, you can also think that to an extent is justified in this moment of being upset, because perhaps her behavior of, I don't know what time it is, and she shows up drunk at the house, reflects on his image and his professionality towards, you know, the member of the crew or the unit, whatever, of Loki or whatever thing was at his house at the moment, and probably doesn't sit well with him, because apart egocentrism, you know, like it's saying I'm a great man and whatnot, but frankly, it's also kind of, I would say, true to the extent that he's a big actor, right? He's making it bigger. So I can understand why you feel that you're bigger, right? Let's not beat around the bushes here, right? So to have some degree of standard in your relationship, while it's not being, I don't feel a ton of aggression. Perhaps you could say like he's quite picky, right? Maybe he's to certain on certain aspect a little bit conservative. He wants, you know, like his wife or girlfriend to behave in a certain way in the relationship that he envisions. But again, that's not necessarily a bad thing. People have standards, and he's communicating those standards, right? And you as a person, you can agree or disagree with that. And if it's not you, you can also just leave. And it didn't seem like overly angry, especially at the end where he says, like, you know, if we were like this was not the circumstance, I could have just swallowed it and okay, it's fine. But she sounds like a British girl that probably likes to drink too often. Would be interesting to know what time this was. But again, this doesn't reeks of abuse to me. It just seems like somebody that got upset because he likes to be perceived in a certain way, right? And I tell you even more, like already if you see him also is the way he carries himself around, right? The way he's always stylish, the way he's always elegant, right? The way he's referring to those big names, right? So he probably has a certain standard also looking up to certain people, and he wants to emulate that, and he wants to be perhaps a beacon of that, and to do good, right? In his own sphere of being an actor, choosing the right job, working professionally and whatnot. So all of those things to me are non-negative things. And I have to say, I have the feeling here that most likely we are in a case of a woman that got scorned, and she's doing retaliation in the usual way that it's incredibly easy to do nowadays for the past whatever many years. Obviously, again, this is just an opinion based on several facts. I don't say that I'm right, but so far, this is the feeling I got. So let me know your thoughts if there is more to the story here. I hope that we get to know a little bit more, and you know, if this man is being accused unjustly, be proven, because this is getting a little bit ridiculous, you know, going after people like that and tarnishing their reputation at the height of, you know, this guy is having a moment, he's a good actor in my opinion, and all of a sudden, you know, this ex-girlfriend is trying to ruin his life based on so far an incident that to me it seems like, you know, she's probably most likely responsible for. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts, and I'll talk to you later. Please consider subscribing. Take care of yourself.